Good morning again, everybody. Welcome to Bullish Bears. You can hear us both. Well, for some reason, I can't hear Devin. That is the strangest thing. Let me try this. Maybe try now, Devin. Nope. It says you're not muted, but I am not sure why I can't hear you. Catch up. I'm going to go. Let's see. That is totally strange. All right. Good morning, everybody. I've got some different things up over here. Let me get my Discord up for everybody here and look and see what we got going on. A lot of lines on SPY. That'd be chart nasty. And let's see what we got today. Scanners have been relatively quiet this morning. So I'm just going to run through. I heard this one was kind of looking around at us. So let's go and BBBY. Did y'all see that move yesterday? Oh, I don't have it on this chart. Why? Nasty. That was nasty. Those were the levels we drew out yesterday, real quick, I think. Anyhow, it hit it. Let's go get something to look at today and see what we can find to trade. I was ready to trade. This one could be another one that hit Bed Bath & Beyond. It's quite volatile. You just have to be careful. Oh, this is ILAG. Why is ILAG kicked up? It lags behind everybody else. Not sure. All right, let's start from the beginning. Oh, I have the wrong color over here. I'm going to walk through everything. Please feel free to ask me questions. If I had a question about my settings last night, this guy showed up on I like to see the news, what makes these things pop if there's any news. Blue Apron's been one we've played before and traded. Oh my gosh, I got fibs on that. That's how long ago this was. Might be somebody to watch today. Blue Apron could be interesting. So let's go mark out some levels that we can find on them. Going to the 200. I like to look at the 200. Now we've Blue Apron's been around. Look, there's a whole section we were trading there. So let's go find those areas. Thanks. Look, Kaz got a big old thing up there for us, man. That's awesome. Thank you, Kaz. All right. So he bounced off of those old levels we had written before just this week. Look at that. Boom. 2-hour candle. These formations right here, when we have these tweezer tops, they tend to be the place that price will rest. It'll do something. We'll have to see. It's like a pivot. Oops, I put it into the wrong date. TOS is great. A little complex, but it's great. I still can't hear you, Devin, so we'll have to figure it out. My mic and headphone icon. I will do that in just a second. Technology can be a pain in the butt when you're streaming. I have seen moderators get frustrated because the technology wasn't working for them and they have to stop streaming. Yeah, I should be able to hear everybody. My account's active. Is anyone else out there that can speak besides Devin? Ken or anybody? Ryan, just say something so I can see that if I'm doing something wrong here. Maybe there's something goofy. I honestly don't know. Hello. Ryan, there you are. I can't hear Ryan either. Now I got to figure it out. Guys, I don't know what it is. I have no idea. And if I try to fix it right now, I'm not going to be able to do anything because it's going to take all my time. So if you can just bear with me, write your questions in, and let's do that. And I'll figure it out later because we've got 2 minutes to the bell. But if you can hear me, that's all that matters right now. Let me just double check something real quick. Well, my headphone icon is on. That's just it. I can't figure it out. That's what I'm telling y'all. I actually have several software programs running, and 2 of them are requiring my microphone. And this is a new thing since I started moderating that we started this week. So I don't know what it is. 2 minutes to the bell. If you can hear me, let's do that rather than me trying and figure this all out because it gets to be a pain in the butt. Does that work with everybody? It's a big distraction that we deal with moderating. My everything is right, like it always is. Let me just double check an input. Yeah. Yeah, I'm all on and everything. All right, we'll figure it out later. So we'll just have to go with what we got. Okay, I'll use chat. And if you have questions or something, ask me along the way. Let me just close my settings window on my other screen, if it'll allow me. Thank you. Okie dokie. All right, so going back to APRN, we've got some movement. Crap. And we're getting ready to open in 28 seconds. Lovely. Got to love technology. All right, let me get off the 2-hour chart here. Hey guys, I'm going to apologize to you for not being here sooner to get this stuff done. Next week we'll get here a little earlier and start marking out these levels on pre-market. See, those are the levels we already hit on pre-market for APRN. Throw me some things in the chat you'd like me to look at. We got AERI, APRN. I'm going to put up a SPY over here. We're going to watch that too. There's Amazon. If anybody's interested in Amazon, we can look at Amazon today as well. We'll put a couple of large caps here since we're combining. I'll put a couple of penny stocks over here as well. APRN was on the hot list today. Indo. Thank you, Ken. All right. So I'm not in a rush to trade anything. So I'm going to take my time. I usually like things to shake out for about 15 to 30 minutes and then go. I'm not a scalper. I like to swing intraday, but I will scalp on a 2-minute chart, and that's what I have up here in TOS. So what I like to do is I like to find levels in pre-market that give us an indication of what stock price may do. I do price action trading. I'm not I do very little fundamentals, all price action. Let me put my Discord up in front of me. There we go. And where is penny stocks? Right there. All right, excellent. So in pre-market, a lot of times you can find, I have found that you can find the levels you need for the day right here in pre-market. So I'm just going to quickly draw some zones. This these candle formation right here, where we have these unusual openings and closings. These are something I look at once I get my chart fixed again. Because often you see price will stop right here and then continue to have a pullback, a rest period, or it'll drop. So I want to know where these zones are. And then I also look for areas. I use this zigzag indicator, as you see right here, these teal and magenta candles, which I don't often, I'm starting not to like as much anymore because I'm getting their training wheels and I'm kind of beyond that training wheel, if you will. And so I'm just looking for areas that price is going to respond, give us a possible opportunity for trade. Mainly what I'm going to be looking for today when I'm trading is I like wedges. I like to find those places when price comes down because I can only go bullish as I trade penny stocks. And I'm going to stop here and show you something right now on this wedge. If I can turn off this zigzag indicator real quick, you'll see what I'm going to get at. Okay. So we have a descending wedge right here, but you see that wedge goes sideways at some point. It stops. Well, we're looking for that stopping point. Sometimes this is a very complex tool, the Woody's CCI, and this is the lower CCI. Sometimes this white line here is the TCI or TCCI, and then this lower CCI, that is the actual CCI line. Don't know what it means, what it stands for, but I know what it's going to do and what I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for is when I come to a bottom of a wedge, I'm looking for this red candle and this green candle. I'm looking for these guys to tell me they're stopping. And so if in real time, when we're going to see this in a minute, that's all you see. You don't know what's coming next. But when I look down at my lower CCI and my Woodies, I see that they have both spiked down. They've given me a point, just like we would have a zigzag point on a stock market chart if it was just lines. And it's a deep point, which tells me that stock may start going sideways and give us an opportunity for a bullish run. And that's what we have there. Now, that was easy to see because it was already something that was in place. If we break that high, we could go a little higher, and I'll show you how we can follow those things as we go. Sometimes, boy, this guy is going to take off, isn't he? Energy Corporation. What's going on with the Energy Corporation? See, Ken always picks kick-ass. I don't know, or kick-ass. He always picks these great stocks to watch. And Indo, this is usually what I'm looking for. These guys that do these flat lines like that, usually getting pre-market all day long. It's this big flat line, then a pop. We've got some action going on here that I think is a little bit more than just a flat line and the pop. And you can see they have some movement in the past. If it passes that high, what's next? Well, let's go find out. A good way to find out when we're looking for those price levels in the past, where price is going to react and respond, we've got this entire descending wedge that this price, I'm not saying it will today, we have this entire descending wedge where we will see price come down. And what I'm looking for, I got distracted, sorry about that, is if I place my price line right where those candles are today, it's going to take me to an area where this price is. I'm going to see where price has been before in this area, and we can see that's been right over here. We get this big wick, which means traders are trapped in that wick. Probably retail traders, because they just went buy, 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 buy. And it went up there and somebody was selling, 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 selling to everybody. And then it sold down. So this is an area where we need to focus today, where price could be. I pay attention to these crazy bends in the VWAP, and I often paint them red. Like that, because price tends to react there. 869, we already above that stone. All right, so we could hit this 1047. We've got these levels over here. You notice I'm going to the big red control bars. Those are the ones that I'm looking for price to react. Now, another thing I will look at, and this is, I don't want to really confuse everybody, but there's so many things that we can use when we trade. Well, when these SMAs, particularly when this 15 does this weird thing where we get a little crick or a bend or a crinkle, those crinkles actually mean something. So I like to pay attention to those. Now, that's just something recently I started doing, was paying attention to the recrinkle. So I don't know. I haven't got there to the 50% retracement of that move. I'm going to watch that 50% retracement on today's price action trading. Will we get down here? I don't think so. This guy looks like he wants to move a little bit. So we mark some levels out there. Then I go back and we can see we're already hitting some of those levels that we marked out. So we have price ladders technically all the way up to 1051 right now. Now, when stock moves, this is it's up 20%. It's up $1.55. This is above $5. So when you get penny stock above $5, we have a totally different animal here. And then when they start crossing $10, and you have a total different animal again. They tend to move a little quicker, and they can make larger moves. When you can expect possibly a larger move. When we look at those penny stocks from that are like, under $3, under $5, those things tend to just be crap. Now, there's somebody we played yesterday. I'm going to see what we got. Wow. Did y'all see this? We played this stock. Yeah, we traded this guy yesterday. Who did we just do? We just did you. You're going down. HWK. This guy. I turned the zigzag indicator off. I wanted you to see that big red bar down there. I saw it on another chart, and it looked like it was huge. And I thought maybe they were having a little bit of a sell-off. So, okay, so we've got Indio right there. And then we have Kaz put up XLE. Breaking out also. Okay. So I trade on a 2-minute chart. I trade on a 2-minute chart because it takes a little bit more time for everything to work out. I am not a fast momentum trader. I think a little bit slower, and so that's why I use these larger time frames, as opposed to a 1 minute. And I don't have 10-second charts on this here. So we're going to get rid of this guy. He's not looking good at all. We're going to go to XLE. I see that technology stuff bothers me, and I have to let it go. Technology has been the most difficult to learn for me with the stock market. Not so much reading the chart, just trying to figure out how to use the technology that charts it. And Thinkorswim is not an easy. It's got a big learning curve. I learned a lot here in Bullish Bears, asking questions and getting scanners and stuff from the TOS workbook. Also, watching Sig. Just watch Sig in the morning. Sig's a whiz, man. His morning briefings. Sometimes I get more out of. It's not that I don't get more out of his briefing, but I get a lot out of his TOS. So we're in a 2-minute chart, and right now we've got this XLE, and it's breaking out. Where's your history, buddy? Here we are. Oh, so we got history. Good. We don't have just a flat line. The other thing I look for is on a 2-hour chart, I look for the pre-market here in the gray. A lot of times these penny stocks will, and again, guys, I'm here to teach you how to do this so that you can learn how to do it yourself. And I will put down and stuff in writing in my little blog on journal, whatever the heck I call it, on Sundays, because I really want everybody to be able to do this. We all need financial freedom, and we can do this through the stock market. Okay, so what I look for is in these gray areas of the overnight hours, I want to see if the ETF I'm looking at has history. And what I mean by that is it just a stock that only pops up in the pre-market and then fades off all day long? And you'll notice in penny stocks, if you study the charts, we get a lot of that. So that's why I want to look at a larger time period with the after hours, because if it's something that only pops up in the after hours in these times and then fades off in the day, I don't even want to look at it. It's a waste of my time. So I don't want to deal with that. Let's go. This guy's got some places to go. Let's see. We're above the 200. We're in this area right here. Let's go find out what's over here. We got, lots of red candles, y'all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So if price is hanging out, and I am using several tabs you can't see, so if you see me drop off for a minute, pardon. I'm looking for something specific, but it's okay. Where is price? Oh, XLE is $81. I'm sorry. That's a little bit out of my price range. I just went and looked at a chart. Okay, it's a good looking chart. Sorry about that. No XLE. What do we have here in the momentum scanners? Alrighty then. Let's find somebody else to look at. Indo moving. Well, shit. Did I say that? Yes, I did. Don't know why everybody can't hear me. I can't hear everybody. That is the craziest thing. I ain't never had that problem before. I ain't never had that problem before. So he's hit some of those levels we already marked out. What can it do, and how can we play this? Trade this. Sorry. I've heard people call them plays, and I don't know why I call them plays. I like my indicators up a little bit. Yeah, we go. So we have volume here. We have a history here, and we've already moved. How can I follow this guy if I want to try to get in? Well, I'd have to wait for a pullback. First, I'm going to look for some channels here. Every stock chart has channels, wedges. You can find them. They're everywhere. There's one right there. That's a wedge. There's a mini one. See that flag's up? One flag. This is our second flag. We can expect that this candle will try to hit that 50% retracement. And sometimes it's like a 33% retracement. Sometimes it's a 66% retracement, but it's around 50. So if you can kind of shoot for 50. And so we get this candle hitting this guy right here in this 50% retracement. So we got a flag up. Actually, we can go back to pre-market. 1, 2, this would be 3. But as far as the open goes, it's 1. So I could expect that this next candle could reach up to about 1031. Did you see how I did that? In TOS, we have a price line tool or a trend line tool right down here. I just went to the bottom of where this started. I took it to the top of there. I activate it, and then I move it to the next one. Now, I put it at the base of this candle here, and I had put it at the base of that candle there. I probably should have. A lot of times I'll put it at the base of this candle because I want to catch a move. And if I don't catch the whole move, but I catch a little bit of it, man, I can go in hard on a little bit of it like a beast, right? Here we go. And it lines up to this. Did y'all see that? I hope y'all saw that. Lines up to, thank you on wave 2 or 3. That's what I thought, but I was counting the pre-market. Lines up with that price right there. When I did it from the base of this candle to the top of that, that's that first move in the morning, then it lines up there. Now, we're going to watch price. It's hitting those levels because I'm a musician. No, it's hitting those levels because they're there. Everything's there. There's, it seems like rocket science at time, but man, a lot of it is just looking left. Jeremy teaches us about those big control bars all the time. Look at those big control bars. Now, what we have here on a 2-minute chart is we've got 2 red candles in a trend that seems to be starting. And so, could we get in here and take a trade to there? You could if that's what you want to do, but I don't. I have to wait. I'm waiting for a red candle. Now, I did take a trade yesterday where I bought in front of everybody a green candle. But that particular move, and I'll try to remember that particular trade that I did based on, there are a lot of analytics, there are a lot of TNA, and so I sometimes I can't speak as fast as I think, and so I saw a bullish trend taking place above the moving averages. I had a hammer with a big long wick, green hammer with a big long wick, and then I had another bar, and then I had another hammer, real tight hammer with a wick, and it was above the moving average. And that at that point, it did not have a wick on top. It was a bald-headed hammer, if you will. And I bought that, and I did pretty good on that quick scalp trade. I think I got, I don't know, 20, 30 cents or 10 cents or something like that, 14 cents, which was a good scalp. So this is giving us a pullback right here. Now it went all the way down to the base of this candle, or to the about this part of that candle. And yes, that would have been a good entry. If you're following me along because you want to make money, that's not a good idea. You're going to hurt yourself. If you're following me along because you want to study and you want to learn, that's a good thing to do, because you can't trade and learn at the same time. I play music for a living. I used to, as a young man, I used to get told all the time when I was learning something from somebody to stop playing and trying to play it along with me. Put your hands away and listen to what I'm playing and watch. That's what my instructor used to tell me. And he was right. And because you can't do something, like this, like trading stock market, and learn at the same time, especially if you're like, and I'm not saying that I you're like me in the early days. I'll just put myself out there. When I first joined Bullish Bears, I thought it was, I had to listen to what they were saying. And I made some really bad trades and got hurt really bad. And I decided I was going to learn how to do this myself if it killed me and everyone else around me. No, I'm kidding. I decided I was going to learn how to do it myself. And so I started asking a million questions. Sorry, you can't ask me a million today. Started asking a million questions. So we get a little pause here. I say it's a pause because it seems like we're slowing down a little bit. The volatility from this candle was 908, 100,000, 908,000. And then we have this guy here. Let's go check on somebody else. We've got some large stock stuff going on. We got folks in here from SPY. We're going to see some chart nasty. Everything that we do in the penny stock room, you can do here. Now I'm going to pull some of these drawings off so you don't have to see all this nasty stuff. Let's see if I got 2-minute clean. I got 2-minute clean. There we go. Now, the difference between what we do in penny stocks and the large caps is often these large caps move a little slower. Holy cow. All righty then. Sorry, I had to check. I had to check a swing I had on an option, and I was like, "Hey, it's making money. I'm happy." I actually am more suited. Soup used to tell me, if he's out there listening, I miss you, Soup. Soup used to tell me, Stone, I think you'd be a great swing trader. So that's kind of where we are. Here we have SPY on a 2-minute chart, and everything, as I said, everything we do in the penny stocks to learn price action can be applied to stocks like this. Let me go. Let me just exit this trade real quick. No, I'm going to let it go for a minute because it looks still like we're going to be bullish a little while longer. So, all right. So I use the same indicators on here. I do use a chart with just candles and a 15 moving average. More on that later. So here we have the zigzag indicator, which is giving us some pivot lines. This line right here is the 10. And I'm seeing something happen. I'd like to see how this candle finishes. When we get to pivot points, and you'll hear that a lot too, and I do mix pivot trading into my price action trading. And because pivots, when you get to a pivot point like right here, this could fall back down for a little bit, come back down. It looks like we want to go up. This looks bullish to me. Okay, if you're looking at SPY, this looks bullish to me right now. We had that big drop yesterday, all that crazy econ, and everybody's worried about the Fed. So this could go up. The fact that he's hammering right now into this, if it hammers into this purple magenta line right there, if we got a green hammer there, that could go crazy. But I don't see that happening at the moment. It's not there. There's certain signs that I look for, and I'm going to continue to go through my logs and my journals and look for those things, and even find some of those triggers, if you will, that show us the entry to price that you can get in there and enter, and then also have a target met so that you can get in and get out very quick. So I'm going to be working on that for everybody, putting that up into the Stone's Place Discord, where and I'll throw a few of those in the regular Discord. But for those of you who are members of Bullish Bears, we're going to make sure we got all that for you so you can make some good trades. Because these formations happen all the time, every day. The difference between a guy like SPY and the penny stocks is that they're more consistent. So, that's why I have my chart nasty. This guy, ooh, y'all, look out. SPY going to do what SPY want to do. It's easy to have a bias on things, and that's where a bias can be if you're bullish and you just want to be bullish and bullheaded about it, and price can screw you up because you're just wanting to be bullish, and then price decides it's going to be bearish, and then you're still waiting for a bullish move, and you're holding on to something that you bought here, and price keeps going down, 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 down. I've done that before. It's no fun. You get into this stupid stare where everything just you feel like a deer in the headlights. Let's watch it. Also, you see, this is a pattern I look for too with these two candles. Often we see this guy opened higher than this guy. So like I said, it looks bullish right now on the 2 minute, but we've got about a minute left on this candle, actually 55 seconds. And I like to want to see what he does. If this guy goes up here and becomes a hammer and he wicks right into this thing right there, wow, we could be looking at a serious parabolic move. But it's not a penny stock, so you're not going to go in and buy a $414 stock. Why are we watching it? Because the options don't cost $414. But options are a different beast altogether, as those of you who are in here know. You've got intrinsic value, you've got delta, you've got fade. And so you've got to really get in there and make things happen. But let's see, the fact that we're at a pivot and we're just kind of hanging there, we could come back down for a pause. Another thing I like to do, and I'll show you in just a second. We're still moving. Notice how small these candles are getting up there. Let's go check out Indo. Oh, XLE is too expensive. Thank you, Zooey. There we go. We can look at AERI. Oh, slow volume. Looks like you had a move, but ooh, one of them. See that? Spot. That's a serious gap and then a line. Let me do this. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. From 1078 to 15, pharmaceutical company where they got monkeypox vaccine or something. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're getting bought out and people are buying their stock. Okay. And it blows my mind how that happens. That happens all the time. But it's like the company's going to go out of business. It's going to lose stock. We're walking down here on that SPY. And it's a slow walk. It's not a quick walk. So we're on the 8, and it looks like it's trying to hammer. We got 20 seconds on that. So if you were going to look at possibly taking an entry here, you'd have to know what you're looking for and confirm it that it's going to go up higher, and we'd have to have some price levels. Do I have one that I call nasty? I guess not. Yeah, there it is. You talk about chart nasty. Those are historic levels that I have been putting up on SPY, and I keep a chart like this up because I know that there are certain spots it's going to hit. I have labels over here. All the red ones are VWAPs. So, but this is looking really interesting. We're getting a hammer now into the 20 or the 8, the 15 VWAP, and the 20. Oh, and the 200. Holy cow. I'd say we might be bullish for a bit. And I'm going to show you the descending wedge right there, which is a big bull flag. Hello, bull flag. So where can SPY go? Well, SPY has room because I believe there's a gap down. If you look at the daily calendar, and it gapped down yesterday. So SPY, again, another reason I like to trade options on SPY, and I like to trade the MES is because we have history that we can watch on how it acts, and you learn from that history. Also, you have patterns that you know that it will form. There are certain patterns you're going to see over and over again on SPY. So APRN is still moving. Let's go back to APRN. Oh, no, it's not. It's falling. Okay, let me get that chart nasty off for everybody who's watching this, because I know that can mess with your eyes a little bit. Okay. Watch this guy. He may not be. May go do something else. Okay. APRN. I hate not hearing y'all. Why is it that I cannot hear you? That is really crazy. So APRN had a little, they have some news today, and they popped up in the pre-market. Oh, Zoom's trading lower. Everyone at Bullish Bear goes, really? Okay. We have problems with Zoom. I don't know. This guy is trading lower. Big pop, though, huh? Look at that big pop. Now, here's the thing. Let me go find these levels. This is a pivot right here. Ooh, that's a big dump, brah. All right, this guy right here. That's your VWAP. That's your previous VWAP. Price likes to go between these as pivot points. You'll see that a lot. As you can see right now, it kind of did that over here, but it used that one, and it went all the way up over there. So that'll leave us a channel, if you will, to look at, that we can gauge where price might be or might go. And then we look at hammers. Hammers are important. I like hammers. You'll see hammers, like here's a red hammer right in the middle of a big bull push that we had this morning, somewhere around, well, that was actually yesterday at 5:32 p.m. So here's this morning. So I do look at yesterday's levels as well. And I want to find a spot where maybe I have an intersection. Again, I call these busy intersections. Let me take that off, and I'll show you what I mean. Now, some people are going to say, "Oh, you're using indicators." I don't give a damn what they think. It works for me. I'm over all that. So don't worry about what people think. Here we have this just traffic jam, bottleneck of moving averages. And prior to that, we had, it looked like they flipped. This is 8, 15, 20. I like to see green, gold, and purple. I don't like to see purple, gold, and green, unless it's Mardi Gras. I don't like to see purple, gold, and green, because that tells me it's bearish. But here we get all the moving averages in a bullish sense. We've got green candles above. That's bullishness. We got a wick into those guys, comes back down, and we get this mess of moving averages just kind of like twisting together, and then they come loose here. But it's this area here that I'm interested in. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box, and I'm going to enclose that area, and I'm going to send it forward, and we'll see what it does. I can already see it lines up with a pivot point. Boom. Now, where's price now? I don't know. Well, it blew through that thing, and what did it hit? And where is it stopping? See that? We just drew that line. This isn't magic. We can all do this. It just takes time and practice. It's like athletics. It's like learning the piano. It's like learning the guitar, except your fingers won't hurt as bad. It's like jogging, or running a marathon. You don't just go out one day and wake up and say, "Hey, I'm going to get a pair of running shoes. I'm going to get you some Brooks, and I'm going to go jogging, and I'm going to go run the Boston Marathon next week." No, you're going to start off slow. You're going to start off walking. You're going to start doing things that you need to do. You're going to learn what the right shoes are, what you need to do to join the Boston Marathon, how you have to qualify, how many marathons you have to run before that. And then you have to start working out. Well, this is the same thing. Once we get to understand how price action works by following pivots or by following the candlestick patterns, using indicators. Some people don't use any, some people use different indicators. It's all preference to reach the same goal, make money. So it's a matter of finding what that preference is. So APRN hits the level I magically put there. No, it's because it was there already. I do miss having Devin tell me stuff in my ear. So, is this making sense to everybody? Somebody give me a little, yes, it's making sense. No, you're crazy. Uh, doesn't matter. So, finding the levels, looking left is important to find those levels. And just here on APRN, I showed you how to find those levels. So, oh, I hate when that happens. Let me do this again. Not very fast sometimes with the mouse. I am with hotkeys. So this is interesting here, right? I'm sorry, I can't hear you either, Devin. And hey, man, I hope all is going well. Keeping you guys in my prayers. Hey, let's pay attention here for a second. Now, this is where Sig is a master at the pivot trading. He says he's no scalper, but he'll pivot trade, and he always talks. He's very relaxed. I really like it when he talks about his pivot trading. Price will go between these two pivots, as you see. Here's a pivot point, and we got VWAP here. Now, this VWAP right here becomes a target, as does this 8, 15, and 20, and the 200. When we're below these averages and we're following price and we're following the trend, and we see that there's a possible turn. Now, this could be a pullback here. And it possibly is a pullback and a bear flag because I don't have really big bull bars, excuse me, forming right here. So you're welcome. I got another green one here, but is it going to be strong? We got a lot of selling pressure here. Selling pressure, that's what these wicks are. It's buying pressure when it's here, and it's selling pressure. They're trying to keep price down. Got that right here too. But we need to keep a watch on this. Is this done? Is this a wedge that's finished its move? Look, and even the other lines see the wedge. Possibly. And that's when I go down here to look. I get this guy punching down, and when he punches down, I get this little tip right here, this little pointy line right there. Now, I've seen this pointy line when price comes down and has a tweezer bottom look like this. As I say, I am watching several things, and something just caught my attention. Okie dokie. So when price comes down and I get this little point and I get this little, tweezer bottom look, I want to pay attention to see it may be heading back up. Now, it's hit a pivot point. What would be really good is to see it come back and retest that pivot point. If price were to come down, hit that pivot, and then go. Now, we could have taken a trade here if you're fast like Jeremy Vreeland, bullish bears Jeremy, you could have taken that hit here or trade there and gone up to, this spot right here is about the 50% retracement, close to it, of this move here. Actually, it's about right there. And so some traders will say, okay, pivot point traders especially, they're going to say, ooh, it hit that pivot, I'm in that quick. And then they'll wait for it to pivot there. Now, I'm not that comfortable yet doing that, although I am getting more comfortable with that idea. But that is just one way of how you can play the pivots. And there goes Indo. Look at that. Ba-ding, ba-bye. And look what we got over here, Mr. Spy. And let's go look at him because he's got some stuff that's happening as well. Hope all that made sense to you. Could be a tweeze about him on the 5-minute. Absolutely. Let's go back over to Spy and let's look at him for a second. Hello, Mr. Spy. Hello, Spy. And you know what happens when Spy goes up? Let me tell you what happens. Ford goes up too. It's part of the S&P, the SPX. So a good thing about trading the options or the larger caps, and like options are affordable. You just got to learn how to, it's a crazy thing, but you can learn how to do it, man. Sig's, options Omega. He's the last guy you need for options. He's got a lot of wisdom there. Jeremy is an options guy too. I mean, Jeremy has done some amazing things with options, paying off a house and everything, man. Just freaking wheel trading. That is great stuff. We're going to learn how to do that. But price action comes first. So what we have with SPY is we had that, sell off almost yesterday at a big drop right there at 2:46 a.m. market time. Oh, watch this guy right here. He sometimes, now this guy looks like he wants to come down a little bit, but sometimes you'll see this formation on a bull trend, and if that candle can't get up there and close, and if it just wicks, it'll come right back down, and that'll be a spot where price turns over. Don't think that's going to happen right now, but that can be, and you have to pay attention to them. Why don't I think that is? Well, I put my cursor on this, what do they call this? It almost looks like a gravestone doji, an upside down, an inverted hammer, which points down. And we're going to see. I might or might not be right. But down here on my woodies, what I don't have on both of these, woodies and the lower CCI, is I don't have a spinning top's a good name for them. I don't have a dip like I do here. I don't have a dip like I do, or a point like I do here. Look down here on the lower CCI. You see how we have that peak right here? Well, this guy didn't give us anything like that. So we'll know in 20 seconds if this is going to continue bullish or if it's going to fake us out and go down south. But like I said, I don't have one of those little peaks. So what you going to do? So we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Get two of them. All right, now I don't have a peak there. So, but I have a descending wedge starting there. And what I really have is a bull flag, basically. That's just a bull flag, y'all. So let's see if it holds that support and can break this level here and continue on. So I'm going to go and close an option real quick, folks. How many we got? Bop, 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 bop. And we take a $35 profit. All right, that was on a Ford call I had held overnight, and I just made $35. I'm happy. Hello, $35. You nice. I like it. Okay. This guy's going to go sideways. Keep watching him. What do we got happening over here? What was I looking for? A retest. Endo, you're looking good. Amazon. Let me show you something about Amazon. Another reason. Now, penny stocks, man, let me tell you, I love penny stocks. Penny stocks takes money. The cool thing is you can, good job, Ken. The cool thing is you can follow along with, or in penny stocks, the cool thing is if you got the money, you can make money. We're getting the hammer off of that. Looks like it might be heading back up that way. So I'm thinking. That body right there. That's forming like a little double bottom. See, if it was going to continue on, if this was a strong bear trend, this wouldn't have necessarily stopped it. Could just be a pause. And here I still got lots of red right there. So see these big red bars? You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for this color here. See how clean and green that color is right there? And how that trend is continuing. And right now we got a little hit right there. You're out of endo? Let's go over endo look. All right. So we had this hit all those levels I had drawn out earlier. It's getting into the 8 right now, and that body closes a hammer into that 8 and wicks into this right here like that, then we could get another leg up easily. And that leg could actually be the same size as this leg right here. And am I going to do that? I'm just going to draw my little trend line, try to get it as straight as I can, go to the top of that movement right there, and then I'm going to activate it. This is a quick way for me to figure this out. And then I'm going to put it about right here because it looks like that's where that hammer is going to be. Now, I am speculating here just a slight bit, but I am thinking that in a few seconds, this is going to close as a green hammer, and it does. And we get this. So we've got a hit into there. So let's get this guy. Let me move him over here. Now, some people just want to buy red hammers, and those are really the best ones to buy. However, here we have a little green hammer that's giving us a potential entry signal, which means we could enter here, and we could ride it all the way up to here. We're going to at least go to 1154 first. So that's 1113. If you go to 1154, man, that's a 40-cent freaking scalp that you could get here. Let's see how it works. Endo. All right, so endo, you're giving me a hammer here. Is that what did cat? Endo's a did cat? Okay. We're going to find out if it gives us an inverted hammer. I'm going to wait and find out. I might take an entry on this just to show you how I would do it. That's a big wick. A lot of selling pressure there. I'm going to wait. It's faking me out. What are you doing here, sir? It's just creeping along. This is looking like a double bottom, but if it fails that VWAP, because it's just, look, it's just walking VWAP. Went up, came back down. It wicked into it. That green hammer could have been a good section there. Let's see something here. So we go down. I got no clarity down here on you whatsoever. I don't like straight lines on this. I like to see that curling up right there. That means he's going to be bullish. So let's see. To APRN. He's got to break this level right here. Really needs to break this level right here if it's going to continue bullish. We could get a little W out of this thing and it rides up this way. Again, I'm thinking, and I probably think faster. Well, most of us think faster than we can speak. I am blown away by this and how obvious that is. And not only how obvious it is, this is VWAP. I just have one single VWAP. I have the VWAP on here, but it just blows my mind how that works. I'm finding this stuff everywhere now. I see it in the 15. And I've been paying attention to that. There's so many ways to exploit the market. All right, so we have APRN kind of just giving us a little, I don't know if it's a head fake, maybe not. We're going to watch it for a second or two. And then we've got Indo over here who is making a slow return back down. So I'm not going to discount this potential price level right here because I think it could still hit that. But it's just a matter of time, and these things do take time. You was wondering about APRN, if that's a dead cat bounce. I don't know. Let's go look real quick. No, I don't think so. That daily chart, man, what are all those? That's a Fibonacci. A Fibonacci. Yeah, I'm Italian. A Fibonacci. First time I heard it, I walked around the house yelling, a Fibonacci. Oh, my goodness. All right, I don't think that's a dead cat bounce, APRN. But that is a look. I like that little guy if it is him. This little guy right here. That's a classic looking double bottom look. So let's see. It's got to really break that price right there. So, man, but it's holding that pivot. Y'all see that? This guy gapped up. Like there's a gap right there. So very, very, very interesting indeed. We will continue to watch that one. Let me go back over here and just talk a little bit about these two guys. Now, they don't look exactly alike, but they're close to identical. They are a part of the S&P 500. So stocks that are part of the same index tend to run the same way, if you will. Ford, let's go to Ford. Ford's part of that as well. Had a nice trade on Ford earlier today. And you can see it's very similar to this stock right here, but it's at a fraction of the cost, if you will. Ford is a large cap stock that can be traded as a penny stock because it's not that unaffordable, no pun intended. And it can also it's a great place to learn options, as Jeremy is always telling us, because the options on Ford, if you're in the money, you buy an in the money option. If you follow, like, go and watch Sig's options trainings, and he gives you a method, he guarantees it. He says if you follow this, you're going to make money. And so, you're gonna make profit. It may not be huge amounts of profit, but you're gonna make profit. Yesterday, I spilled hot chili all over my lap, chili soup, because a little dog ran in the room while I was doing my trading and I was watching my setup. And my setup was happening, and I was going, "Oh boy!" And I was getting ready to go in like a beast. I was going in, and I was going to get me some profit. Well, little dog comes in and gets all winged up in my wires. My soup hits my leg, and it burns like I don't know what. I run out the room. I got to do all this stuff. I come in and I miss my entry because the move happened while I was out. C'est la vie. Oh, thank you. Can't, Cat, we can't figure out why I can't hear everybody. So anyway, when you follow the indexes, you can find ETFs that follow the index, and you can't trade SPY. Fine, trade Ford. Look, it's following the index. It's following along the same way. You can go get options cheaply that way. You can just buy the stock that way. All right, let's go to NEPT. Thank you, Cap. All right, so Casper's got us. Casper can find some stuff too. He is the whiz. I know you're not a kid, Casper. I am 57 though, but you are like the whiz kid, dude. You're like kicking butt when it comes to this stuff. Man, he has got so much knowledge and technology. I just blows my mind. Anyway, man, I didn't even know how to take a screenshot when I started this, and y'all are learning from me. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm not going to lead you astray. I'm going to give you all the tools you need to be able to do this yourself. That's my goal. They just started me moderating, so I'm putting everything together. Just as they asked me to moderate, I was just to a point. Look at that pre-market high. It broke that pre-market high, which was a pivot point. Who is this guy? We don't care. What does this chart look like? Ooh, ooh, ooh. See this big red control bar? Devin knows we hear this all the time from. Y'all could be talking behind my back. I don't even know what the heck y'all saying. Anyway, Devin knows all about this. Jeremy's always talking about that big control bar. Well, look where price is right now. It is in the range of that big control bar. So it's going to need to break that price of 291 if it's going to continue on. Now, we have many ways to figure out price targets on a 2-hour chart right now to figure out what price is going to do. We know it's got to break 291. Where's it go next? Maybe it goes to, let me make sure I can do this without all the, yeah. In TOS, it'll click to the candle. So I have to make sure it doesn't, so I can put it on the lines I want to put it on. So what do we have here? Let's go look at that little thing I've been following lately, and that's where we have the intersections of the moving averages, but also I want to see the crinkles. The crinkles tell me a lot, and you'll see price will hit those crinkles. That is the same crinkle. Okay, so we need it to break that level. It's got there. Give me another candle. Got a red candle here. And then you got this big fella, which is definitely a red candle. So there's some levels that we got out real quick. Let's go back to the intraday. Oh no, look. We got places it needs to break. There's a VWAP bend right here. So I'll be a dad gum. Read. Forgot this. All right, so that's a VWAP. Where's the other one? It's going to prove the point I'm trying to show you. Everybody's going to stop doing candles and just go to VWAP. Don't do that. There's the other one. So it's in a range. Shoot. It's in a range of these guys' VWAPs, and we know it's got to break that. What did we say that candle was? 291. I'll go back and look at it real quick. Yeah, 291. Okay. And 291, by the way, it's close to that VWAP right there. This is a 2 hour, so the candle's huffing and puffing. And where could a pullback level be? That's a good question. Let's go back to the daily or the 2-minute chart. It takes time to do this. It takes time to get quick at doing this. Look at this. My goodness, it's going to go. Who called that one out? Casper. Please explain crinkles. This is a crinkle. It's when price has a crook, dog leg. It gives a little elbow, a little angle. I don't know what to call them. I call them crinkles. I've called them bends. It's almost like a little bend, and it gives you a little elbow. And when you get that little elbow, like right now, I got a little elbow right there. That little elbow is telling me something. That's VWAP. Now look, you know what this is, don't you? That might be too bright. This could be an entry spot if price walks back down to it. So let's see what price has done today. Do they have news? We can look. Stocks trending on Discord. Holy cow, we got a Discord stock trending? Look at that. Jiminy. And we're looking at them. Yay, XPEV. That might be available. Okay. So they're trending. Who knows? So this could have been a pullback right there when it went to that. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. It was a pullback. This candle right here is a pretty tall order. Nice, nice candle. I measure it. No, I don't. Yes, I do. It's not perfect. Kind of close to where that is. A lot of times when you get a big green candle or a big red candle, this is not showing us exhaustion. It seems to be that way, but it's not. This could be our measured move. So that's why, and you can see it's happening as I talk about it. That's why I measure. Yeah, crinkles are elbows on VWAP. That's it. Yeah, they're like 90-degree bends, or is it 45-degree bends? Anyway, I think it's like 45-degree angles or something, or 90-degree angles is what they look like. Crinkles. It's the layman's term. It's the street term. All right. I see SPY is going that way. I'm going to show you all another thing I'll look for in a minute as possible turn around. So this guy can continue, NEPT. He has some room. Right now, he's way above. He's high on this line right here, which is the 100, the positive 100. When price is I'm gonna get trick the damn software. When price is above the zero line down here, if you can follow along with my crosshairs, if you're on Discord, we have problems with that. So follow along the crosshairs. That is the zero line. Price is usually bullish when it's above it. We can also do that. By the way, you can draw on these trend lines just as much as you can there. And you'll see how price sometimes often reacts. So drawing that trend line right there, that was a trend line break. And you can see where that trend line was, how price went up. So oftentimes, even if price is not moving very much here, I can look at this lower CCI and I can find instances of price gathering strength. Look at that. Price is going completely sideways here, right here. But at the bottom, follow along here and look at my line at the bottom. It's gaining strength. So that would have been an indicator. You could have set a scanner for your CCI, lower CCI, to have that. A lot of ways to do this. So let's see what happens here. We're going to get a pullback, possibly could come back down all the way below that line. We got a strong trend happening here, all the way starting back here. And we have outside green, inside blue, mostly inside blue, and strong green bars. And TCCI, this white line, staying above the negative 100. That's a bullish sign. Now, is it going to go bullish again now? It could. It could just blow through that thing right there. We know it wants to get the VWAP. It just seems to be magnetized to VWAP. Yeah, I didn't know that was going to happen. I kind of thought it was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to happen. Yeah, I did. Because I'm considering the pivot points, and that's where the pivot points come in. That's when we look at that VWAP here to that VWAP here. And what do we have? We have VWAP here. This is a VWAP line right there. We can catch that again. Price is going to come around. Don't get FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. Get JOMO, the joy of missing out, because you know it's going to come around again, and you're going to have better knowledge when it comes around, and you're going to know it when you see it. And then you can say, I think price is bullish and it's going to go to VWAP. And it does, because you're going to learn how to do this. We can all do this. It's achievable. It is attainable. It's a reality. It's not a pipe dream. Okay, so the VWAP, that's where I was going. Here's that VWAP that we looked at from yesterday. That's that previous VWAP. Here's that line right now. Here it is now. But if we look at yesterday's VWAP and we just draw a line there, and we call that line PDV WAP, PDVWAP, previous day VWAP. Well, now we have the previous day VWAP. On penny stocks, you can do this. You can do this on large caps. Penny stocks can be a pain if it's a pop and drop. If it's been, just sitting dormant for the longest time, then it's not going to really happen. But there you go. Now we've got a previous day VWAP that we can watch, and we can see it hit that VWAP from way back when. Let's go look at that chart. This stuff works, folks. This is how you do it. This is the VWAP from when it reached these wicks before. Lots of wicks there. It's got to get through those wicks. But there's VWAP. Is there another one that we can go find that possibly would give us another indication of where price might go above 397 or above where it currently is? Sure there is. We hit it up over here. Nope, we hit that bar. So let's go hit the VWAP. I'm not going to call it anything. I'm just going to make it red. That way I know that's a VWAP. Do I have any more? Right there. See that? If you can see that, it dips right there. I'll go get this dip instead. There's a hammer there too. Now, does it mean it's going to go there today? No. Can it go there tomorrow? Maybe. It's been there. Sometimes history repeats itself. I'm so happy my little Ford put did good overnight. That's awesome. That made me happy. Make me happy. Grew my little account there. Yay! I got to grow a lot of little accounts right now. My big accounts got whacked. Oh, I got a VWAP bend right there. Oh, we had that one already. Already went through that level. No, let's go there again. Let's look. Let's go there just to see where it is. Now watch this. This I never read anything about this. This is crazy to me. Look at the crook, the elbow, the whatever it is. Where let me get Devin back. Somebody, I can see all that. There you go. So we've been using red candles to see where action can go to, but also use where VWAP has been. Yes, exactly. VWAP it's a whole strategy. There's a whole strategy in VWAP. I just use a little piece of it. And you may have heard I've combined. I combined. I have I put together this method I'm using right here that seems a little wacky. It's four or five different moderators. One used all VWAP. So yeah, we can see that VWAP crinkle comes all the way over here, but look what it hits. It hits a little bend that's also in the 15. This is wild stuff, and I have just come across this in the last few months. And I brought it to Jeremy first and said, "Hey, look at this. Am I seeing things? Am I crazy? Is this right?" And so sure enough, actually, I think Jeremy's been using some of it. But let's go back over here. We see it's crossed VWAP. We have some lines that it can go to. I'm trying to see if we can get another VWAP. Where's our price? 289. No, we're way past that. Stone. There we are. This is where we are. Okay. There's a crinkle there. Where's price? Has it hit 301 yet? No. Bam. 299. That's a VWAP. That's a crinkle. It's a peak in VWAP. Let's go here. That was a VWAP for a whole day at 438. Will it go there? I don't know. I'm not saying it will. It has potential. I don't want anybody jumping in on something just because I'm thinking out loud. Please don't do that. I've gotten hurt doing that in Bullish Bears. It's no offense to anybody. I have listened to moderators and they think out loud. And it's like, yeah, I think it's going to do this, this, and this. And I go and jump into a trade and it doesn't do anything. Oh, by the way, it did break that level that we tried to measure that move. You remember that measured move I put up there earlier? Just so you know. That was this candle right here. Using that strategy, if you will, you could have captured 20 cents or more. That easy. Okay. That easy. So, looking at any PT, it has potential, and we see that. So, we're going to watch it and see what it does and see if we can explain some of the things that it has been doing. I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back. I got to, some of this coffee's coming out, and I'll let you, it wants to come out, and I'll let you look at that for a minute. Thanks for hanging out with us, Devin. Okay, what do we got, Cass? Have a great day, Devin, and thanks for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. Cass has got something up. Devin, have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for asking questions. Appreciate you, man. Kaz, what you got? I'm going to look through some of that stuff that Casper's got up. I'm going sideways right now on the SPY. Bet you everybody else is going sideways too. I really wanted to focus on channels today, but I got caught on the VWAP thing. I do like to find the wedges. And I know I got candles outside of those wedges. I'm not concerned about that. It's part art, part science. So arts and science, they go together a lot of times because art is a lot of mathematics, especially music. I could break over that. What do we got going on over here with our endo? Endo, are you going to go all the way up to that 1268 from this little thing I did earlier? That would be that'd be a dollar move. I wouldn't get in it right now, but I will use it to teach. APRN, fake double bottom. Look at that. Broke that level and went back down. That is a fake. See, on a double bottom, you get these two hits, but look, it's still on that VWAP pivot we drew out earlier. So you get this fake double bottom, or you think it's a double bottom. We know it's got to get above here if it's going to break out. So it gets above there, gets all the way up here. Look at all those wicks. That's traders getting caught in a trade, thinking like I was, it's going to go up. If it bubble bottoms, double bottoms. What if we get a double bottom? We're still walking that pivot. Everybody, the market makers see this stuff. We're not the only ones that see this stuff. There are other traders that see this stuff. And so the market makers know, yeah, look, it's at a VWAP right now, previous day VWAP. So let's just keep it there for a little while. Let's fake everybody out. I don't know how they do that shit, but they do it. Pardon my French. Merde. Okay, so we can watch this guy moving on up. What we could do with this fella here is look to our immediate left for price targets. We could have done that if I'd have been a little bit faster on it earlier, and just simply go over and say, okay, you know, we've been bullish. We get here. What does this guy do here? Give me, look, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for these little spikes down here that line up with hammers up here to give me an insight of what may happen. Well, what we got here is we could have gone to this price target. We could have hit this guy. We could have targeted this guy. We could target this guy. Those are the levels that it would have to go back through, and it has to get to this high and break it. So when we say look left, you can also look left intraday. We went left to find these price levels way over there on a 2-hour chart from days gone by. And this could be forming a cup and handle, which is a continuation pattern. Could come back down here, do a little thing like that, and then go. But they know that, the market makers. And so let me do this because this looks like a wick. But we went to our immediate left to find these price targets. And there they were. If we were to take an entry somewhere down here, if we saw that red hammer and we said, oh, that's a red hammer. Oh, we got all these moving averages in it. We have a busy intersection. What's going on down below us? At the same time, we get a yellow signal, which is here. It's telling us that a trend for a bearish trend has been confirmed, but it's very weak. We don't have big gray bars. We don't have a big yellow bar. This right here is a flag. If you look at the bottom of the CCI, that's a flag. This is a flag. So sometimes they work together. Now, could we get into this? Yes, we could. We could still get into this, and whoops, don't do that. And shoot for that price level of 1268. I'm sure that the other levels there I could go find. But I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna sit here and just watch it for a second, and I'm going to think about it. I'm going to think, do I want to get in this? Now I got a lot of nasty lines on my chart. I know they're gold. I got to go back in there and change those colors yet again because gold's too much for training. And I probably have some wedges. I do like looking for the wedges because the wedges are a great way to connect the dots, if you will. Come on. That's a little flag. You notice I'm leaving this line up because I believe that move could still happen. I have been using this little strategy of measuring a candle now and putting that line up for just a couple of weeks, and as a tool to find price targets intraday. And it's worked pretty doggone good. Even I had one on the MES this week or last week in the last few days, and excuse me, and it was like just about 30 minutes before the end of the day. It was like the first half-hour candle, and I drew the line on that half-hour candle, and then I put it down, when price was going sideways where I knew it would have to go. And so I put it on that sideways motion, that little sideways, price was just going nowhere. But I knew that, from what I've seen, when price goes sideways, it eventually is going to break up or down. And I knew that we had a lot of bearish sentiment. So I put it, I took it and did that. And then I put it down over there. And a half hour before the end of the day, it hit my target. So, and then went past it. So, all this stuff matters. So we got a hammer in here. Dang it. Stop. Got this little hammer into the 8. When I see a signal like this, and I still have red bars, guys, this has not turned green for me yet. I got one green here. I'm looking for this over here. I like to see this pattern with these gray bars and the yellow bar and the green bar happen early on. Let's see if I can find one. Nope, don't see it today on this one. But I do have blue here and I do have blue here, which means that this trend, this bear trend, it seems odd to me, but it's strong. But I still have some green here. Now, what we could see here is a hammer into this 15. We are technically bullish because we're above VWAP and we're above the 200, and these two guys are a distance apart from each other as well. We do have our moving averages who just came out of, where they flipped and we went purple, gold, and green, and now we flip back to green, gold, and purple. Let this candle finish in the next 30 seconds or 28 seconds or whatever, and we're going to find out what he's going to do. I want to see what it looks like. I do like that we have a tip into the negative 100, and the tip of this line is close to the 0. Staying above that, this is a bullish sign. So could we have continuation? Very possible that we could have continuation. Will it make this move? Maybe, or maybe I have it in the wrong place and I need to have it there. Either way, even if I set my target price there, or if I just do this, we're going to see what it does. So this hammer here gave me this dip, and this is a red hammer. That's a sign. This is gonna break that flag and go up like I was suspecting. Just following the price. I'm just interpreting the chart. I'm not, anybody can do this. Really, if I can do this, anybody can do this. I'm interpreting a chart. So we get this hammer here, red hammer into that 15, the moving averages, right above the 20, above this, the VWAP, above the 200. This is real important here. We're going to watch this. I believe it's going to go, and it's going to hit at least all the way up to 1154, if not make a new high. So, and I'm going to show you how I'm seeing this right now. I was going to go trade it, but I already missed an entry. Bend. We're going green here. This V with that hammer and this V right here into the negative 100. It might fake us out. No, this guy's going to fake us out. Maybe, maybe not. And then this V here. When I get a hammer like that into the 15, that's a signal for me to pay attention or to make an entry. Even if I put my stop down here at the 20, then if I'd have got in and it does what it's showing me that it could do, then I could have made a decent scalp on this. We're at 10.99, 10.98. Okay, so we're coming back down to the $10 mark, 1/11. So we're coming back down to the $10. So this has been a big pause. So let's see what this candle does. 10:30, 30 seconds after 11. We're getting into that time of day where we're going to have good movement, or, the last of the good movements coming up is what I mean by being in this. Again, I apologize that I can't hear your questions. We're going to get that all figured out here soon. It's funny as I hear everything else. I hear ba-boom. I hear all the little things coming through. My headphones are showing me I'm connected. I'm just not sure what's going on. All right. It takes time. Obviously, we have to sit here. 2 minutes can seem like an eternity. Or it can just... SPY has fallen again. We can just watch paint dry. I mean, basically, that's what we're doing. We're waiting for this candle to print. I also like when I see this down here, because this is also a double bottom. It's not a candlestick double bottom, but it's a double bottom on the woodies. So I want to see if we get an extension here, or if we just fall down this way. Stocks do three things. SIG reminds us every day. Price can only do three things: go up, go down, or go sideways. That's it. And our up is more diagonal than it is vertical. So, price takes the stairs up and it takes the window down. You'll see that if this sells off on us. Energy Corp. So here we are at 11 o'clock. Do we have any news or anything like that? Any econ events? Oh, we got 4-week bill announcement. 2-year note auction at 1 p.m. So I'll be careful at 1. I'm going to be careful here right now too. Not that the 4-week bill announcement does anything. I pay attention. Learn this from SIG. I pay attention to the econ events of the day. All right, so got that red hammer, and we get another spike into that. Got the red hammer over here and a spike. So that at the moment looks like it could be a double bottom. Let's see if it can hold that 20 and give us another push. We definitely have a flag, and we definitely have a pullback, and now we've got a little sideways motion. So if it were going to, be you would think if we're in a flag motion, here's a flag, 1, flag 2, and now it's failing already on flag 2, but it's coming down to the 20, and let's watch. It could be exactly what we're looking. This is a double bottom. If this happens, this is a double bottom. Now, if you take a speculative entry on something like this, if you would have over here, you could have kept your stop just below the 20 or right below that level. I like to keep them just below by a penny or two, because sometimes they wick into it like this guy did, and they'll go a penny deep. So we have looks like a gap up here at this moment, and we have bullish sentiment. So there we go. That would have been a good entry. And that's what I want to show you, how to make those entries. And then pop, boom, it would have done that. We get a double bottom here. Right here on the woodies, we get a double bottom. We get a double bottom. That's what that is when it looks like this little valley, peak, valley thing. That is a double bottom. Now, it's possible that this is a micro double bottom here between this red candle and this green candle. And I think that's what we have too. So there we have confirmation of three confirmations of a double bottom. Bing. But notice that wick. So when we're dealing with penny stocks, you want to get in and out of that trade super, super quick without, a penny stock trade. You want to almost, when you take your entry, put your stop in, and then what I like to do in TOS is I like to go ahead and put my target in, so that if it just wicks to that target like it did there a minute ago, and it shrinks back and it doesn't go any further, I still get my profit. So very interesting. I like following price action. I hope it's helping you learn price action. Ken says it's going to hit 12. I like that, Ken. Sounds good to me. I got 1236 right there. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now there's lots of ways that you can get lots of scanners. You can get lots of information. When I first started trading, I took like some subscriptions to all these different things every month, and none of this stuff helped me. And the cool moderators like Jeremy and not that everybody's not cool, but they were like, why are you doing that? I said, what do you mean? It's all on the chart. Why? I don't pay for any subscriptions, they tell me. I said, really? No, it's all on the chart. I don't pay for anything. Heck, Jeremy charts on Webull, man, and does a hell of a job at it too, and takes profit. And Webull charts aren't even accurate all the time. Half the time, you'll get a wick on Webull, and you won't get a wick anywhere else. I'm gonna scrunch this chart up so you can see things a little differently. And if you're in from stocks and options and you're upset, I'm not, look, guys, I apologize. Just bear with us a little bit. We've had some things change. One of our moderators, Sig, is just frickin', he's brilliant. The guy's like, I think he's going for a PhD right now. So he's kind of taking a little, not a sabbatical. He's going to be in the afternoons. He's doing the morning briefing. Thank you for that, Sig. Those morning briefings are great. Absolutely great. Look at this. This is pretty. So I scrunch it up a little bit because you can see a little better. I've also darkened or, bolded my lines a little bit more so that you can see them on the monitor. And but scrunching it up, you can really see that double bottom there. You see we're flagging up here. We're flagging back up there. We're hitting those levels here. We got 1107.35. So we're going to see what this next candle does. We did break that high. Like I said, we needed to break that high. And I'm just teaching you everything that I've learned here at Bullish Bears. I haven't learned it anywhere else. I've learned it all at Bullish Bears. And the best way to learn, like Solution says all the time, is to get into the live trade rooms and follow along. I drew my charts, set my charts up just like the moderator that was in penny stocks all the time. Bullish Bear Scott missed the hell out of him. Yeah. Then we did it during the pandemic, and his wife got a great job in a different state, and they moved from the Virginia, I think, down to Florida, and everything got a little challenging. And then he opened an automotive business. Craziest thing. But he and Jeremy both have a lot of knowledge about mechanics, and that's all this is. This is moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts, and it's just finding the moving parts that work for us. I think I found my moving parts that work for me. And as I refine it and as I go along and I put it together in writing, I'm going to share that with everybody here at Bullish Bears because, it's not mine. I'm just taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and, mixing it all together in a bowl, adding a little Tony Chachere's, and bam, making it a little spicy. Thank you, Emerald. Emerald, gotta love Emerald. From New York, comes down to Louisiana, opens up a kitchen, takes grandma's recipe for jambalaya that was poor people food, and then charges you like, $25 a plate for it. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like poor people food. That's what we ate during the Depression. That's how all this stuff came about, man. Crawfish and jambalaya and all that stuff. That was Depression food, man. So anyhow, look at this. Yeah, it's just pretty. I like watching it. It is forming a cup and handle right there. A cup and handle has to be in context. And the context of a cup and handle is it is a bullish trend. It doesn't happen in a reversal. It happens in a bullish trend, and it comes, while it's trending up. Doesn't happen while it's coming down. It's not a bottom thing that happens on the end of a falling wedge. It is truly a continuation, and it looks like we have that. And in the meantime, what happened here? He broke that VWAP level. So we say bye-bye, APRN, and we see you on another day. However, these stocks, penny stocks, have a tendency. Could this be interesting? That's a pivot point right there. See that? That pivot right there. Hammered into that pivot. Let's go look at SPY for a second. It wasn't my full descending wedge, so let's get rid of that. I make mistakes. It's easy to draw this stuff when it's not moving, huh? That right there, that's exhaustion. Inverted hammer. Hammer. I have a crinkle. This looks like, if you see these lines here, that's a megaphone pattern. It's an expansion. The price is expanding in range. 1111. So it looks like we could get a move here. This could just be a pullback. This could just be a big bear flag and a little pullback. But interesting. Okay. One last thing I'm going to show everybody. And this is what Devin taught me a long time ago. I'm in my SPY. I'm going to add a negative sign to it and watch what happens. We now have the inverse of SPY. This is the actual. What chart is this? Holy cow. I want a 1 day, 2 minute. Thank you. We now have the actual inverse of SPY. And what it looks like is we had a bull flag there. It's the inverse now, folks. It's the inverse. All I did is put a negative sign in front of SPY, and in TOS, you can do this. I don't know if you can do it anywhere else, but you can do it in TOS. And I did this at first because I can see these bull flags better than I can see bear flags. And as I changed from penny stock to options, because the penny stocks could only go bullish. So I would put these bear flags in so I could see what's going on. And this is telling us right now price is moving up. So I'm going to go back to a regular SPY. That's just a little tool that you can use if anybody's interested to help identify certain patterns. So looks like we're going to push again here. We back up to the 15. Now we have to see what happens, because if this is a true bear flag right here, boom, let me get my lines. Bear flag, then, and wow, it's all the way up there already. Then it'll fail. If it's a bear flag, this isn't a bull flag at all. This is just a pullback and a big bear flag, and it'll, fail around here. We'll have to see in the next 10 seconds how this candle forms. I don't like to see wicks wick into the moving average, but the body be way low, especially when it forms that inverted hammer that you think is going to go down. However, we're still within the 8, so this could still be bullish, and we do have a flag here. So let's just check that out for a second. We also have here another one of those double bottoms with a higher, one leg higher than the other. This is a double bottom, one leg higher. This is a double bottom, one leg higher, same thing. And it all happens on this little hammer right here. So get a spike in. So it looks like we will possibly, that what this was is a pullback, and then we go up. So if that's the case, then we may have one pullback, two. It could match the distance of this leg here going back up. When we're below the moving averages, they become price targets. When we're above them, they become stop losses. Although in options, you don't have stop loss. You do, but you don't ever use them. Okay, we're getting close to the end of the time here. I'm going to be saying goodbye very shortly. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. I'm going to go find out what the problems were. Please message me if you have any questions. I know I talk fast sometimes. Continue to watch these stocks, if you will. I like to watch them throughout the day and keep them on my grid to see where they go. Indo's pushing. So we're going to see what this guy might do here. Gapped up. Keep an eye on him. What I'm going to do is, there's your 12, Ken. Ken, you need to get on the microphone. You're typing it. I miss you, man. You need to get on a microphone. You know this stuff, dude. Oh, you got to teach us your strategies. Ken, oh, I love it when I was in penny stocks every day. Thank you, Ken. Good job to you too, buddy. You're amazing. Look at that. And even if it's going to hit 12, don't worry. It's 12 right at that moment. That's great. I like to have fun while I work. I do. And I like this. This is fun. Yeah, I'm one of those people who like to have fun when they work. I'm a professional musician all my life, most of my life. Anything else I did was because of music. People would sit me down and talk about music and stuff, and then they talk about their organization and everything, and then they realize, oh, this guy knows a little something about putting an organization together. It's because I know music. Music is parts. Everybody has to play their part. So I used to teach leadership, and I would use particularly team building was my forte, because I used everything knowledge of music. All right, will it hit 1266? I don't know. I just wanted to hit this line right here. 1238, and I'll be happy. I'll be happy anyway. See, so you remember how we got that number? right here. Not that way. Dad bless it. Dad bless you. Okay, let's go over here. I got that by measuring this. I measured this move right here. Boom, 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 boom. And I said, well, we probably probably hit that move over there if we set it right there. And I said, maybe we need to set it right back here. So got close enough. I would have taken profit ahead of that anyway. Wait one last second here. I'm going to remove that drawing right here. I know I said I was going to go bye-bye, but I want to show y'all something that's important. I want to see how this candle closes first. If it closes as a tweezer top, that's really what I want to show you, but I might not get there. Might like that price level I drew earlier. Wouldn't that be something if all you had to do was draw a price level and price went to it? Yeah, that would be fantasy world. That's Hopiism. Hopiism. Alex Soup Life taught us Hopiism. I can't have Hopiism. Man, all those people who were holding Bed Bath & Beyond who got screwed. All those people were holding AMC who are getting screwed. You got to know why you're holding it. Not just because some big guy told you to do it. It hit that level I had drawn out earlier. It's not going to do what I thought it might. And I was going to show you how we look for a reversal, for the big pullback, maybe the 50% retracement. But looks like this guy wants to go a little further. And that's good. And I'm glad we're able to have this discussion today. I'm glad you're with us here at Bullish Bears. The best way to learn is live with us in the trade room. If you're a member of Bullish Bears, then you know you can go back and you can go to the site, and you can get the stream replays. And stream replays are good. I'm going to try to do these better now that we're streaming so that you can go and follow along on the replay. And it's if you don't have a replay service through your broker that you have to pay money for, I don't have one because I don't want to pay money for it. And I can just go back to the, a lot of times I'd ask questions when I could, I never had the moderator not be able to hear me, I don't think. But a lot of times I can ask questions and I go back on the replay and get my answer and I could write it down right then. So I would have questions for the moderator. Anytime Jeremy says he did something, he got that. How'd you get that measured move? Well, I went over here and I did this, this, and this. Is that all you did? Yeah, okay. And then I'd have a little notepad I'd write it down with because I'm from that generation where you write things down, and that's how you memorize them. It looks like he's going to flag out and he's going to hit that 1268 today. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us here at Bullish Bears. I'm going to get on out. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we will see you again soon. I'll put some things in chat. Please message me if you're part of the team. You can message me at Bullish Bears at stone@bullishbears.com. You can also message me in the Discord here. And someone did this morning. I'm going to try to get some settings out. I do that weekly blog. I don't know. I call it a journal or whatever the heck it is. I may even start adding stuff in every day. But generally, I try to do a little something every Sunday to help everybody build on, learn my strategies and build on how I'm finding price targets and how I'm looking for things. Because if you can do this yourself, and I know you can, we all can, then you'll be able to help your family out a lot more than you ever have before. Just don't be foolish and get in there and start just buying and holding and not knowing why, or just getting in here and jumping in on trades because I'm talking about it. Know what you're doing and why you're doing it, and know your targets before you get in, and have your stop losses set, and you'll be successful. Keep your stops small and let your winners run, and cut those losses quick. Don't wait. Don't think, maybe it'll go back up. Don't do that. Cut the dang things quick. Get your money back. Get the rest of your money back so that you can come back and trade another day. Trade small, trade often, as Sig says. And what else can I say? Happy trails. Y'all have a great day, folks.